Hey, John Crestani here, talking about freedom and family, creating an income working for yourself. If you don't like that 9 to 5, we're gonna get you out of it. I have a couple of passive income ideas for you to get money coming in consistently without you having to constantly work for it and do that daily grind, so you can support your life and create that freedom and family. We're gonna be talking about how you can do this through e-commerce, not just generally, more specifically. We're gonna be talking about how you can do it through YouTube, blogs, dividends, what P2P lending is, rentals, and REITs. Each of these ideas, we're gonna go in depth, how you can actually get an advantage here. Let's freaking go. E-commerce is a great way to make passive income, but it needs to be done in a specific way if you want it to become passive. E-commerce, similar to affiliate marketing, it's generally a more active income source, meaning you have to constantly work on, new ads or new landing pages or new stuff like this. But if you want to make an e-commerce income passive, you have to find something specific. You have to get an exclusive product that only you can sell, okay? Now, an example of an exclusive product is I have these lava rocks, these very specific, unique lava rocks right outside my house that are worth a lot of money. Lava rocks are pretty expensive. I could sell these lava rocks and I wouldn't have to compete with anyone. Now, if I painted them, if I did work on them, it would be more unique and more expensive, but it wouldn't be passive. Now, the other thing you want to do is you want to find products that are scarce, right? Unique or scarce. And wherever you are in the world, there might be a product that you can sell. Maybe you're very good at hunting snakes. Well, that's a good, or you enjoy hunting snakes for a living. You could find snake skins, and you could sell those. You have no money, but you can kill snakes, right? That's a great way to make money. Sell those on the e-commerce. Maybe you live in Morocco and there's a certain type of food that you have in Morocco, but Moroccans in Mexico do not have access to. You could set up a Mexican website and sell that Moroccan food to the Moroccans in Mexico. Does that make sense, right? And the key here, the very big key to all of this, so you need to have that exclusive product and you want to show up on Google for the search terms that they're searching. So let's say you're Polish and you have pierogi. You have access to pierogi suppliers that sell the best pierogi. It's a type of weird Polish food around. But you know that Polish immigrants in China, that there's thousands of Polish people in China, and they don't have a source for pierogi. Well, now you set up a website in Chinese that shows up when people search for pierogi in China, and you show up. That is a purely passive income e-commerce because you are showing up for keywords. You don't have to spend money or do marketing, and you are selling a product that's unique and exclusive and other people can't do. You marry those two, you have a passive income. Second passive income opportunity is YouTube. Now, YouTube, by the nature of video content, if you are making video content, it's unique. It does take some time and effort to do, but it's unique because it's your content, right? Now, maybe you are simply showing people how to cook. I've seen a lot of these cooking videos. You don't like showing your face on camera? Just put it on the thing you're doing, which is the cooking. If you know how to build, set up drywall, well, don't show your face. Just put the camera on the drywall and show them how you're hammering in drywall. You know how to fix watches. Well, don't put the camera on your face. Put the camera on the face of the watch and show how you're fixing it with the little tools. You have content without you having to be in front of the camera. I always get people saying, I don't want to be in front of the camera. It's like, stop whining, first off, and second off, figure it out. So you have the unique part because nobody can replicate your content, but you want to go the second level. Once again, we want to go for SEO. We want to go for, and what is SEO, you might be saying? John, you mentioned this twice. SEO is things that people are searching for, like how to fix time on Rolex submarine. Right, submarine I think is a model of watch of Rolex, right? If you show videos of you, this is something people search for. There's thousands, tens of thousands of people with Rolex submarine watches. You're gonna show up because you have unique content and people are searching for this. So you don't have to actually constantly be putting out new content. You just have to have a video that shows how to do it. And whatever you do in your job, I'm pretty interested. What do you all do for a living? Type in the comments what you do for a living, like what you do in your job, like what specific thing. And I'd be interested in like what skills are you learning in your job, right? Because my guess is anything that you do for a job, you can just do YouTube videos of that. Now, I've recently seen this in the Ukraine-Russia war. It's really exciting. All these soldiers are putting up videos on Rumble, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Telegram channels of what they do for a living. You know, like killing people, dropping bombs on people, you know, like launching artillery. They get a lot of views, you know? It's kind of interesting stuff, but they're making videos of it. They're making videos out of war. And it's really popular. It's the first time it's been done this because there's so much censorship in in the American military. They don't really allow them to put out videos of killing people. So the point is people are searching for this stuff and do content around it. The second thing is the same thing with blogs. You can write tutorials, you can write content. Again, our goal here is to increase the amount of information in the world. If you know how to do a certain type of hair weave, if you know how to speak to children a certain way, if you know a certain way of folding clothes, you can write a tutorial on how to do this stuff. If you know how to be a good mother, a father, whatever it is, a good dog owner, you can write a tutorial online and put up blog posts and show up for it. An important concept to understand is whether you're being a producer or a consumer in life. Now, if you've noticed the last couple things I talked about, YouTube and blogging, it requires putting out content. It requires producing something. And the shift in mindset that you need to embody if you want to become successful is being a producer, not a consumer. Produce more often than you consume. Now, the next income method is pretty obvious. It's dividends. You can invest in stocks like AT&T, Coca-Cola, Fannie Mae, Bank of America. You can invest in these companies, and for roughly every $25 that you invest in these companies, you will make back $1 in passive income a year. So it's not a lot. You might say, well, John, that's not good income. Well, we're talking about passive income here. Passive income typically involves more of an investment to be passive. If you want to make passive income of $250,000 a year, $240,000, you need to put $6 million into dividend stocks. But you can live the rest of your life free with that. So it's not a cheap way of passive income, but it is purely passive. The fifth way of making passive income, it's a bit more risky, and it's called peer-to-peer lending. And you can find out more about one popular peer-to-peer lending company is kiva.org. Peer-to-peer lending, what that means is you are lending to other kind of like normal people and businesses. Like I was looking on kiva.org the other day, and there's some Mexican guy who wants to start a food cart. He needs like $2,000 to buy equipment to start a little like a food wagon that he rolls around the streets of Mexico City. And he said he'll pay back the investors within 6 months of purchasing his food cart. So this is a very risky investment for a number of reasons. It's a small investment. It's a person. Who says they don't just take the money and run? Now, the way Kiva works is there's reputation systems and all sorts of stuff. There's ways you can evaluate these investments. So there's a lot of research you have to do into these investments, but you can make really good returns on your money. 20%, 30%, 40%, even 50% in a year, but you can also lose the money you invest in these companies much more readily than if you invested in AT&T. Okay? The dividends you get with AT&T, these are very similar. The dividends you can make with AT&T, right? You're only getting about 4% on your money invested, whereas here you can make maybe 40%, but also the downside's bigger. Does that make sense? Stability, but not a lot of returns. More risk, more returns, right? More risk, more reward. The next one is rentals. Now, this costs money as well. You can buy an apartment, rent it on Airbnb. Not much more to be said by that. I did that. It's very successful. It's a very easy way to make money. REITs is a very important investment vehicle, which is something I've been looking into and I'm going to start investing in soon. It's called Real Estate Investment Trust. And what it means is it's instead of investing in a specific house or a specific apartment building or storage unit, parking lot or office building, you're investing with a group of other people, usually into a group of buildings or maybe just one building. And what the advantage of a REIT is you only have to put down maybe $1,000, maybe $1,000 to $25,000 is all it takes to invest into a REIT. Now you get the benefits of investing in real estate without having to make a massive investment and without having to take over the management of those properties, which makes it a very appealing investment. Because there's less risk there, there's less potential upside returns, but also most people investing in REITs, they don't want to be managing the buildings. They don't want to be managing all of the legal paperwork that's involved with buying buildings. And you can also de-risk yourself by investing in REITs that involve a group of properties. So, you get the idea. Those are the passive income ideas. Where I make my $700 a month, I actually make more than $700 a day from passive income. My passive income is closer to the tune of, I'd say, a couple $1,000s a day. Because I've set up multiple streams of income, my YouTube videos still get viewed about 20,000, 30,000 times a day. Videos I shot years ago, teaching people how they can start an affiliate marketing business, teaching folks how they can start an e-commerce business, teaching folks how they can make money posting on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, all these little hacks for getting traffic and people and eyeballs and sales from doing posting links online basically. So that's created a nice passive income stream for me. I also have a book that I've written that's on Amazon. I also, that gets some sales, and I own a bunch of stocks and some dividend producing stuff. So that's how I make my passive income. It's really exciting. I've moved up to the scale where I'm getting out of the operations of one of my companies. And I'm assigning management roles so that I don't have to do the day-to-day of really anything there anymore. I just can be me and put out content for you guys so that those operations are managed without me always checking on people and nagging, saying, hey, you said you do this, why didn't you do that? Why, I hate doing that. I hate micromanaging. So that's becoming a passive income source for me, which is really exciting. I hope you all the best. Let me know what was most interesting to you. Which is the passive income stream which you're gonna actually put in time and effort on? Is it finding maybe e-commerce, YouTube, blogs, dividend, peer-to-peer lending, rentals, or real REITs? And as always, I encourage you, let's live a life of freedom and let's build a dynasty and live forever. Freedom and family. And how that starts is you have to turn off every single notification on your phone because that thing you are addicted to it right now and it is destroying your brain. If you're on a desktop computer, I applaud you. If you're on a desktop or laptop, and type in desktop or laptop in the comments because I applaud you for that. If you have no notifications, type it in the comments. I applaud you for that. And also build a family. If you haven't duplicated yourself at least twice, then you're gonna die and your family line ends with you. But you can live forever, and that's the goal. We're going to space, we're becoming space pirates, and you're gonna become the Prince of Mars, the Prince of Pluto. We're all going there. So I look forward to seeing you. Subscribe, like, comment, talk to you soon. Check out the links if you want to join one of my training programs and be coached by me and my team. There's links down below if you want to be an affiliate and sell some of my products and have me pay you. I've already paid out $8 million today. There's links in the description. Talk to you soon. John Crestani, peace out.